Nation, we are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is. This is like a coffee and convo, but it's not. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Hammer Show. I am one of your hosts, Graphk Raiders. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. We see you guys already moving and shaking. We appreciate you. Green Dot Gang is heavy in the building. And real quick, before we get to it, salute to Quentin Collins on becoming a member.
Welcome to the dark side.
My boy Q, man. Salute to you. I love it. That soundbite is cold. And real quick, also, your other co-host in the building, my little bro, Hammer's House. What's good, King?
Acknowledge me.
What's good, nation? Happy Monday. A couple of days away from the 4th of July.
Whoa. Sunday. Oh, Monday. You're right. I don't even know what fucking day it is, bro.
I'm so confused.
I thought it was Sunday.
In the words of the great Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed.
Terrible.
Jesus Christ.
The NBA free agency started today. So you're right. But salute to everybody. I am out of my mind already. This is going to be a great show. We're about to break down our first predictions for the 53-man roster. We're going to go a little bit over practice squad odds as well. So stay tuned, you guys. As always, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, break them thumbs, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. A lot to talk about today, you guys. First and foremost, we're going to get to the big news in the NFL right now. And salute to Hammer for putting this phenomenal graphic together. Today, Miami sends Gino Smith and Jalen Ramsey to Pittsburgh in two separate trades. They get Minkah Fitzpatrick back, which is interesting. So Jalen went, for Minkah Fitzpatrick, all pro for all pro. They send Gino out there and they swap late round picks, I believe, Hammer, right? It's a 7th rounder for a 5th rounder. So Pittsburgh gets a 7th and Gino, and I think Miami gets a 5th round pick, a late round swap. This is interesting. I mean, you rarely see player for player trades. Miami gets, a player back that they sent to Pittsburgh once upon a time. I think Pittsburgh low-key got finessed here. I mean, they ended up giving Jalen Ramsey a bump in pay as well. What was it, like an extra 1.6 mil?
Yeah, but they're still ironing out the details with this trade. At the same time, they're talking that there may be a split in terms of the contract for Jalen Ramsey. So that's a plus. And also for Gino Smith, the Dolphins were talking about restructuring his contract.
Yeah.
I talked about this probably a little over a month ago where I said the Steelers were very interested in Gino Smith. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's going to be getting a 1-year deal, $12 million.
Yep.
So congratulations to both these guys. Jalen wanted out. Gino did not want to restructure. Like I said, it looked like Pittsburgh was going to happen, and this trade couldn't have worked out any better for either one of these teams right now.
Let me ask you this. Moving on from Minkah, right? Does this show, because they also have Porter, a young corner out there that they're really high on. They have Darius Slay, the veteran they brought in free agency as well. Do you think this is going to be kind of a changing of the guard in a sense of maybe Jalen ends up going to be a safety here in the near future, moving on from Minkah Fitzpatrick and sending him back to Miami?
I think down the road it might. I'm telling you right now, the reason that Pittsburgh even took this one and took Ramsey, we just saw Jair Alexander sign with the Ravens, what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That fucking division is it's going to be one of those divisions again. Last year, it wasn't so much of a dogfight as I thought it was going to be. But I think the bolstering of that secondary right now for Pittsburgh, they have Aaron Rodgers as starting quarterback right now. I think that you're going to see a dogfight at least among the three teams, between the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers. We know Mike Tomlin and the Steelers always somehow find a way to be in the playoffs one way or another, year in and year out. I still think ultimately that division is going to go through the Ravens, but we shall see.
Omar Khan goes all out this offseason, brings in Aaron Rodgers, makes a trade for DK Metcalf, makes him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. They go out and get Jalen Ramsey. They go out and get Jonnu, which is interesting because they already have a great tight end out there. So it looks like they may be running some 12 out there. And it sounds as though also Miami is trying to make a move now for a new tight end. So you're probably going to start hearing a lot of Michael Mayer Miami talk, which I don't agree with, little bro. But, you know, it looks as though there was a report that just came out that Miami is looking to bring in another tight end. So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, Jonnu's coming off of a Pro Bowl year. He had over 800 yards receiving. I don't know why Miami would move him and then try to bring in someone else. But Mayer would make sense for them, right? Because he's on a rookie deal. They can kind of see what they have with him. But I want to hold on to Mayer. And I love what Raheem Mostert put out there. I don't know if you guys seen the tweet. He said, be a Pro Bowler in Miami, and they'll treat you pretty much like dirt. Like, he put a tweet out there. He saluted Gino Smith. You know, for those who don't know, Raheem Mostert was a Pro Bowler in 2023 with the Dolphins, led the league in touchdowns at 18, I believe, on the ground, 2021 as a whole, but had over 1,000 yards rushing. And I believe he missed the last 2 games of that season as well. But it was funny to see Most put that tweet out there like, hey, you want to get out of Miami? Be a Pro Bowler. So, but honestly, I think Miami I think
crazy, man.
I think Miami personally won this. I mean, looking at that Jalen contract, the way they structured it, $26 million this year, it's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty, man. And they're, I guess, betting here that Jalen's going to return to his old All-Pro form. You move on from Minka. He's not the same player he once was either, you guys. But, you know, Minka's still a phenomenal option out there on the defensive side of the football. But they bring in Jonnu. They got, what is it, Firemouth? I always butcher his name. Is it Fearmouth? Freiermuth. Yeah, so they have him out there who's a great option at the tight end position. But what do you guys think about this? In the comment section, let us know real quick. How do you rate this trade? Who won? Is it Pittsburgh? They received Gino Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and I believe a 7th rounder, a future 7th. Miami gets that Jalen Ramsey contract off the books. Jonnu's as well. They bring in Minka Fitzpatrick, return him to South Beach, and they also pick up a future 5th-round pick. So let us know in the comment section what you guys think about this trade as a whole. Desert, yeah, man, it looked as though he wanted to go back to the West Coast. You know, that was the reports that were coming out. I believe, was it Ian Rappaport or was it was one of those guys that reported that, you know, his I think it was Adam Schefter.
Well, whoever it was, realistically, they were
Wrong.
Yeah. And it was reported today by Ian Rappaport as well that the final 2 teams that were in on Jalen Ramsey were the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Rams. So, you know, our names were nowhere near this transaction. And a few of those other teams that we heard, the Atlanta Falcons, I believe the Carolina Panthers, there were a few other teams. It sounds as though they were not in on trying to make a move for Jalen Ramsey. So either way, you know, we're off the Jalen Ramsey train once again for the 3rd time since I've been a content creator covering the Raiders. And this is the last time. You'll no longer hear us talking about Jalen Ramsey moving forward. So there you have it. Other than that, man, today we are going to be covering, well, not really covering, predicting our 53-man roster. The way too early predictions. You guys, once again, training camp is right around the corner. We don't know how some of these guys are going to perform when the pads come on, but we're going to do a way too early prediction today. And we're going to kind of go over the practice squad as well and kind of see where we are in terms of certain players that may not make this final 53 and if we see them fitting on the practice squad. Because some of these guys, you know, specifically a lot of these UDFAs, they're going to have some promise, but a lot of these guys are developmental guys, right, Amber? Like, we can't expect a lot of these dudes to come in and make the 53-man roster. I'm hoping Mello Dotson can. I'm hoping that Jaw Joyner can. But once again, it's going to be a rough patch for these guys to even make this roster because of all the talent that we already have in the building, and some of those guys that we drafted, the Lindenbergs, I'm hearing that they're high on him as well. So we shall see, but we're going to go over it. You want to get rolling, man? You want to bring up some pictures here, and let's get this thing rolling, man. Real quick. Also,
go ahead.
No, so look to the chat while Hammer brings this up. Once again, we appreciate you guys for spending your Monday morning or Monday afternoon, wherever you guys are, with us today. We're also going to go over the 2024 depth chart as a whole and kind of use that as like a patchwork, so to speak, for us to kind of go off of in terms.
You know what? Pull that one up first, actually.
Okay, get rid of that one. There you go. Appreciate you.
That was a PDF file, anyways.
Okay. Boom. Here we go. Now you really can't see it. Salute to the chat. We apologize if you guys can't visually see it, but this is off of Reddit. It was so mission impossible trying to find the depth chart. I feel like Mark Davis paid a ton of money to hide this nasty ass roster. I feel like the Raiders are like, look, dude, let's just hide this shit in the basement of the internet because we couldn't find this anywhere. I had to go to Reddit and find it. But this is last year's depth chart. And what we're going to do is, let's do this, Hammer. Let's go off of how many specific players they kept at certain positions, and we'll just do that. We'll go off of that this year. So pretty much we'll keep it simple, stupid, compare last year's to this year. And if there's any changes, we can speak about it. Like maybe we do believe that we'll keep an extra wide receiver, and get rid of one extra running back or so on and so forth. So we'll go off of that. But let's bring up, do you have the depth chart also for this year or just the roster as a whole?
I have the roster. Like I said, I have it between those two things that I showed you last night. Yes. And it's crazy because looking at one of them, it was like a team builder one. Chris Collier and Dylan Laube are not on the roster right now. Yeah, I actually had to add them onto it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this look the way it does?
Yeah. That's super weird.
Looking at this depth chart right now, Colton still a starting left tackle. Left guard is going to be Parham. Right now, he's the leader for left guard. Center, James is gone. You got JPJ there.
Yep.
Right guard, Alex Kappa. Right tackle, switcheroo right there. DJ Glaze.
Yep.
Tight end, Brock and Michael Mayer, respectively. Receiver, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker. We've talked about them. They're going to be there. But
whoa. Let's do this. Let's do this like this. Let's just go off position first.
Okay.
So we'll spread it out. Pause if necessary. A little bit more. So last year we kept 2 quarterbacks on the active roster. You guys, that was Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. They battled it out through preseason. Gardner ended up winning the job. I don't know how the hell it happened, but we carried 2. Okay. This year we have essentially 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now. We have Gino, Aiden, Cam, Carter Bradley.
Yep.
Does things change here right now? Because I've stated since day one, I believe that we're going to carry 2, but we could carry 3. We got Cam Miller. Maybe you can try to stash him away on the practice squad. Carter Bradley's from a previous regime at UDFA. I don't know if he's even going to make this roster. In your eyes, how many quarterbacks do we keep?
2.
Okay.
Carter's going to be gone. Cam will be on the practice squad. We're running with 2.
Okay. Well, I have a bold take here. And once again, I could be totally off, totally wrong. I think that Aiden's not going to be around.
Shit.
I think Gino and Cam Miller are going to be the guys. 2 quarterbacks.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot take, y'all. And I like Aiden O'Connell. You guys know it. I was screaming from the mountaintops for Aiden to be the guy last year. But once again, previous regime, I think they want to get a little bit more athletic at the quarterback position. Cam Miller's, he's a lot more athletic. Proven winner at the collegiate level. We already know Gino is going to be the number 1 guy. DeMokes, I know you didn't want to hear that, but it is what it is. I have us carrying 2 quarterbacks. I don't know if they want to stash Cam on the practice squad. Maybe he goes into training camp and balls out. Maybe they try and move Aiden. Maybe New England comes calling. We've talked about this before, right? They just moved their backup quarterback to Dallas. Maybe Josh McDaniels can try and bring his guy back. Who's to say? But this is what I got. I got Cam and I got Gino, 2 quarterbacks on this roster, which we kept last year. So what do you have? You got 3?
For quarterback?
Oh, you got 2 on the active roster, right? You have
2 on the active roster.
Gino and Aiden. Okay. I agree. So we'll go off of that right now. Then we'll go to the running back position. So last year we ended up keeping how many running backs did we keep last year? We kept 1, 2, 3. We had 4 on the active roster. I believe this is what they're going to do again. Last year it was Amir White, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah, Dylan Laube. Sincere was on the practice squad at the time when this was official as of September 3rd, 2024. I think this is a foregone conclusion, you guys. It's Justin Jeanty, number 1, Raheem Mostert, number 2. Number 3 is going to be a battle between Sincere and Zamir. And then you got that 4th option there with Dylan potentially. I got Sincere as running back 3, and I have Dylan still in that 4th spot because of, once again, I've said it a million times, special teams ability, being able to return kicks and go out there and give you some reps. I think they want some versatility at the running back position. Dylan can provide reps in the passing game as well. Aston Jeanty, Raheem Mostert, Sincere McCormick, Dylan Laube. What do you call it?
Fucking love it. Done.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I'm really hoping, I'm really praying that Dylan makes this roster. I really do.
Me too. All right, let's go to the wide receiver position. So last year we kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We kept 6 wide receivers. This year, and mind you guys, it was Devontae, it was Ramel Keaton, Tyreek McAllister. They had him labeled as a wide receiver. We had Jacoby, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner. There's only a few of these guys that are actually returning this year. So in terms of wide receiver right now, this is our depth chart. Jacoby 1, Trey Tucker 2, Dante Thornton 3. So those are your 3 starters right now, essentially, with Jacoby in the slot, Trey on the boundary, Dante on the boundary, Jack Besh second. They have Tommy Malott there in the second as well. Colin Johnson third, Kyle Phillips third, Zachary Franklin, and Keytron Jackson Jr. I think that they're going to keep 6 here, little bro. And let me give you my prediction real quick. It's Jacoby, Trey, Dante, Jack Besh, Tommy Malott, and I think it's going to be Kyle Phillips. Now, I love Zachary Franklin. I think that he will be on the practice squad and we'll develop him behind the scenes. Colin Johnson, you would love for him to make the roster. 6'6", big body guy. You already essentially have Dante Thornton on this roster. I think he'll be the odd man out. Kyle Phillips can return kicks, special teams ability. He's a Chip Kelly guy from the time in UCLA. I have him potentially making this roster. So those are my 6. What you got?
It could be 5 or 6, but I got Dante as a wideout, Jacoby, Trey Tucker on the other wideout, Jack Besh, Tommy Malott. Like we talked about Malott yesterday. I said like it's gonna be very interchangeable for him, but right now they have him slated as a receiver. But I think he's gonna be a guy that could be a bit of a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. He'll be the Tyreek McAllister on this list, pretty much. You know what I mean?
If I were to go 6.
Essentially, they can keep an extra too, little bro. So I mean, you can call it how you want to, but I just want to go off this 53 to make it easy.
I'm thinking maybe Kyle Phillips. And right now, looking at this chart that I'm looking at, we have fucking 12 receivers right now on the depth chart. I'm fucking crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12. Yep. And I'm high on Zachary, you guys. That's our UDFA out of Illinois. I don't think Keytron Jackson makes this roster. Once again, it would be a beautiful sign of things to come if Colin Johnson can carve out a role because he's a big body guy. He just really hasn't been able to get it done up to this point. San Jose guy. But I think we both agreed on this then, right? Tommy Malott's going to make this roster.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to find a way to implement him somehow, some way, whether it's in wildcat situations, in the slot, special teams, so on and so forth. You may even see him in the backfield at one point, but I think we can agree on those 6. So we'll go off of that. Let's get to, we went quarterback, we went running back, we went wide receiver. Let's go tight end.
Yep.
So last year, we ended up keeping Mayer, Brock, and Harrison Bryant. So we kept 3 tight ends last season. This year, we have Brock, Mayer, Ian Thomas, and Justin Shorter. Got to keep it a buck here. I got us keeping 3. It's going to be Brock, Mayer, Ian Thomas as your blocking veteran tight end. How do you got it? I got Justin Shorter not making this roster.
Same.
Okay. That's easy. That's easy. Let's get to the O-line. I think last year, how many do we keep on the O-line? We had, Colton, Andres Pete, Cody Whitehair, Jackson Powers Johnson, Andre James, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith, Thayer Mumford, DJ Glaze. So we kept 9. So we're going to go 9 here then. We're going to try and hold it down with 9. All right. Colton's a foregone conclusion. He's going to make the roster. He's a starter. Dylan's your starter right now at the left guard spot. JPJ, is the center of the future. Alice Kappa right now is your right guard for the time being. DJ Glaze is your right tackle. That's 5. So we got 4 more that we have to pick amongst these guys. Charles Grant's going to make this roster.
Yep.
Just used a 3rd round pick on him. He's going to be there. Jordan Meredith is going to be there.
Yep.
So that's 7. Okay. Caleb Rogers is 8. Thayer Mumford is 9. Will Putnam, I don't know if he's going to make this roster as the backup center. I like him. He has a nasty streak, former Clemson guy that we brought in as a UDFA. You got Jared Huffer, Dalton Wagner, Parker Clements, Gotti Azid. I always butcher his name as well. But those are my 9. Colton, Dylan, JPJ, Alice Kappa, DJ Glaze, Grant, Meredith, Caleb Rogers, Thayer Mumford. Those are the 9 that I have. Anything different right here?
You said you had question mark for Putnam?
Putnam, because once again, if let's just say Parham loses one of those the guard spot, he can essentially be your backup center. And honestly, Meredith can be your backup center as well. These guys can both provide reps there. So I don't know if Putnam has a spot here on this roster.
Pretty much the same. Like Putnam is going to be a guy that's probably on the bubble with this. And I like that Dalton Wagner is on this depth chart right now. Like I hope that this kid sticks around with us this time around.
And we shall see. Big body Arkansas product. We've been waiting to see him play. Haven't gotten an opportunity to do so. He's kind of been on that practice squad, kind of stashed away. I know he's dealt with some injuries as well, but we'll see where we go with that. Let's get to the defensive side of the football, you guys. Last year, defensive end, we kept 1, 2, 3, 4. We kept 4 defensive ends. That's Max, that's Tyree, that's Malcolm Kuntz, and it's Janarius Robinson. This year, right now on the depth chart, we have Max Snowden, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson. We have Andre Carter II, Jafari Harvey, and then we also have Ja Joyner and Ovi Agofu. I always butcher his name. I think he was a former New York Giant and kind of bounced around at the collegiate level. I think he played on like 3 or 4 different teams at the college level as well. I think this is pretty easy. If we're just going off of 4 guys, it's Max, it's Malcolm Kuntz, it's Tyree. And man, Snowden is the guy that's there right now on the second, that second, place in terms of that 4th guy. But I'm going to be a little bold here. I'm going to go Ja Joyner. I think Ja Joyner steals that 4th spot. What you got?
Oh, damn. You fucking pulled it up on the screen that quickly. My bad. For the edge, I'm still Snowden still kind of how many did you say we're keeping?
4. Just going off of last year's depth chart. They can change it. They can keep 5 this year, but I'm just going off of
Crosby, Snowden, Kuntz, Wilson.
Okay. So maybe you think Ja joined on the practice squad? Potentially.
And actually, since you pulled this up, I was going to try to tinker with it because of how we're talking about this right now. Now, guys, you see what it says on the top? I just removed 2 of the linemen we were talking about before. Right now, it shows 80. We could subtract the rest. We are at the edge position. Why do I not? Here we go. Yes. We could start fucking eliminating people and see if we could actually cut it down to 53 right now as we do this together. So
let's do it.
Gofu, gone.
Yep. Now you kept Snowden, right? I'll roll with that. I think we keep Ja Joyner, but either way, Snowden is coming back. He's the veteran in terms of he's
got Carter and Harvey gone.
Yes. Practice squad candidates. I think Carter could be an interesting guy though, bro. Like he has the physical traits.
Yeah.
Like this guy could potentially make this roster and add some value there. But I think he'll be a practice squad candidate. So we kept 4, right? We kept 4. Let's get to
5 on here. I got 5 on here. I kept Joyner for you.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that because I think that we're betting on Malcolm Kuntz, who's coming off a nasty injury. Max dealt with a nasty injury last year. Tyree year 3. I'd rather keep 5. So let's do that. So now we'll just eliminate a player somewhere else. So we'll go to defensive tackle. Last year, we kept John Jenkins, Nesta Jade, Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, and Jonah Lalu. So we kept 5 defensive tackles. I like that we actually added one because we may added an edge rusher because maybe we get a little shit.
We have 8 right now on this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have 8 on this list.
Christian
right now.
Wilkins, Adam Butler, both these guys are going to be on the roster.
Yep.
Lecky Fotu, it looks as though he may be fighting for a starting spot with Wilkins out. Jonah Lalu, I think he's going to make this roster. That's 4. Then you got Tonka and JJ. Those guys are definitely making the roster because you just drafted those guys, right? So that's 6 DTs, and that's without Tank Booker and Laki Tasi, which I think they may end up putting Laki on the offensive side of the ball. So I don't know how this, or they may try and stash him. They may try and stash him and put him on the practice squad.
I think I have a strange feeling, and we've talked about him a couple of times. Like, I cannot wait to just see him full pads in the preseason.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's gonna end up making it to he's gonna go to the practice squad. And it pains me to say that, but I have, because he is more of he's a project right now, and it's no disrespect to him any way, shape, or form. He's a project right now, so I think he's going to go to the practice squad.
And once again, you guys, just because the measurables are there, he's a former rugby guy. He has no football prior experience. I don't think that other teams are going to come calling because of, once again, the inexperience that he has. So I think we could potentially stash him away. I love what Lockie. I just love the you look at him, you're like, that's a fucking football player, right?
Yeah.
But once again, I don't know if you can pick him at this point over the likes of, Tonka's making a roster. JJ's making a roster. I think Jonah Lalu had a really good season for us last year. I think he's going to get better this year. Lecky Fotu is a veteran, a guy that is already getting first team reps early on. I don't see how he would make it over any of these other guys.
Does Tank make this roster or no?
Practice squad candidate
practice
for sure.
Squad? All right, so let's take them off.
I got 6. Christian, Butler, Jonah Lalu, Lecky Fotu, Tonka, JJ.
All right, so we are down to 76. We'll go back to the offensive side when we finish up the defense. We will go back over the offense and remove those players and see if we can get down to 53 as well.
Okay, to linebacker position. So last year, you guys, we ended up keeping we had Divine Diablo, Luke Masterson, Kanai Mwaga, Amari Gaynor, Robert Spillane, Tommy Eichenberg, Amari Burney. I don't think that we keep 7 this season.
I think we do.
Do we? Okay, so
for the simple fact, Pete Carroll, again, being more of a defensive-minded coach, him having a lot of input, whether people have seen it yet or not, having a lot of input over Patrick Graham in that defense.
I got 6. I got 6. I got 6.
I got 7 just for the depth and just formation-wise as well.
Ooh, you're
going to play these guys' strengths. You ain't gonna see nickel all the goddamn time. You're gonna see 3-4. You're gonna see 4-3.
Okay, so we can all agree. Pratt's there. We just made a move for him. He's your starter. You got Landon Roberts. He's your guy.
Yeah.
Tommy Eichenberg is going to be there in year 2. Devin White, that's their guy. I know that the contract is nothing, but I believe that they believe in him. They want to give him every opportunity in the world to kind of bounce back. Cody Lindenberg is going to be on this roster. I don't think Michael Barrett makes it. I don't think Jalen Smith makes it. I don't think that Matt Jones makes it out of Baylor. I think Amari Gaynor is your 6th. So I got 6.
All right. It's funny because before you even said that, I'm looking at 2 specific names, and you just threw Barrett in there as well. I think Barrett, Smith, and Jones are the ones that are going to be on the bubble. I will take the 3 of them off right now.
Okay. There we go. Hey, real quick, Hug, my apologies, brother. I don't know why YouTube changed the @ and all that stuff. I don't get it. It's getting a little weird, but it is kind of trippy to see that you guys' regular names aren't there. Salute to Quad. Clenched fist missing soldiers. Let's hope the Raiders can duplicate what my OKC soldiers did. Let's go. Salute to my guy Quad. And real quick, salute to Hug as well. Sending prayers to the Cordaline firefighter families who lost their loved ones yesterday. Ambushing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Shaking my damn head. Hug. Thank you for putting that up on screen, bro. Thank you for the $10 holla. And yeah, man, prayers going out. I haven't heard about this.
Fucking sniper, bro. Like that, what the fuck is this country coming to?
It's nasty.
I digress.
All right. So did you get those off the screen?
Yes, they're gone.
And salute to Quad, salute to Hug.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. If you could, they had the Sam for Tommy Eichenberg, so we have 6.
Okay, yeah, and maybe they do keep Jalen. I just don't see them keeping 3 older linebackers in a Landon Pratt and Jalen Smith. You know, I don't see it. I think that one of those guys, Jalen missed a whole year of football last season. I would love it. I'm a Notre Dame guy. I would love for him to revamp his career. I just don't know. Michael Barrett, young Michigan guy, Mari Gaynor, I really believe in him. I watched him closely at North Carolina and Florida State. He's a stud. We'll get to the cornerback position. So last year, we ended up keeping Nate Hobbs, Jacorian, DCam, Jack, Darnay Holmes. Kept 5 corners. This year, right now, we have Porter, Jacorian, Mello Dotson, and Stokes, DCam, John Humphrey. Then Darnay Holmes, Sam Webb, Caillou Blue Kelly, and Greedy Vance Jr. They have 10 people on this depth chart right now. So once again, you guys, we are going off of last year's where they kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we only keep 5?
That's fucking that's criminal.
Wow, 5 corners. Okay, so let's do this. This is easy. Darian Porter is your guy. Jacorian Bennett is a guy that was coming off of a shoulder injury, but who had a really good season prior to that. He makes this roster. Eric Stokes came in, free agent. Pete Carroll has praised him ever since he's been in the silver and black. He's on this roster. DCam is on this roster. Darnay Holmes is on this roster. That's 5. Okay, that's 5 already. Sam Webb is on the bubble.
Yes.
Caillou Blue Kelly's on the bubble. Greedy Vance Jr.'s on the bubble. Then you got John Humphrey on the bubble and Mello Dotson. I think that Mello makes this roster. So I may keep 6, Porter, Jacorian, Mello, Stokes, DCam, Darnay.
So you got Humphrey, Vance, and Kelly going?
Yeah, and once again, Harper's going to be getting a ton of burn in the slot as well, but he's still under free safety on the depth chart. So I got 6. How do you call this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 7.
Still got 7?
Porter, Bennett, Dodson, Stokes, DCam, Darnay, and Sam Webb.
Okay. Well, maybe that was the one name that I thought maybe we can hold on to. It seems like he's been able to just
He's been a little sneaky the last 2 years. Yeah. And there's been times where his number's been dialed and he's made plays. I can see him making this roster. I could.
Okay. Well, let's stick to what you got right now. And mind you guys, we can add another body or two here and there as training camp comes around. We're just going off of what we have right now. But you know what? I like that. Add Sam Webb in there. We got 7. Let's do that. I don't know how the Raiders kept that. No wonder we were struggling last year at the cornerback position. Hammer shit. We had nobody out there. I mean, you look at this line. Nate Hobbs hurt. Jacorian hurt. DCam a rookie. Jack sucked. Darnay Holmes, this was a bad situation last year for us. You know what I mean? But
Jack sucked.
I think he would tell you that. He had a down season last season. So let's get to the safety spot, you guys. Last year, we kept 5, I believe. Trayvon, Isaiah Palomau, Marcus Epps, Chris Smith II, and Thomas Harper. So that's 5 on last year's depth chart. You got 7
on here right now. You got 7 on this depth chart.
Palomau, Lonnie Johnson Jr., Thomas Harper. All 4 of those guys are making it.
Yeah.
They're all making it. I got Trey Taylor as the 5th. I think Chris Smith doesn't make this roster, and I don't think Hudson Clark does either. 5.
Those are the 2 that I looked at, and I'm like, nope, done.
Yeah. So we agree we're going to keep 5?
Yep.
Okay, so it's Chin, Palomau, Lonnie Johnson, the veteran, come over from Carolina, Harper, Trey. So that's 5. Chris Smith II does not make it. Hudson Clark does not.
And DC, I'm sorry. Like I saw your comment. I didn't get to address it. Let me do that real quickly. I honestly, and I've talked about this a couple times with the defense, I see Palomau being more of a guy that you're going to see in the box over Chin. I do.
Okay.
Like Palomau is a hell of a lot more of a thumper, and he's a guy that can be interchanged, like playing up top or playing in the box. So yeah.
And right now, we have as our special teams, which is the easiest thing in the world. Daniel Carlson is your guy, and it looks as though he's going to be getting an extension here in the near future. AJ Cole just got his extension. He'll be here for a while. Jacob Bobenmoyer is the long snapper. He'll be on this roster. They have Tommy Millott as the punt returner and kick returner right now on the depth chart, and Dylan backing him up with Chris Collier as the 3rd option. I don't think Chris makes this roster.
Nope.
I think we already talked about Dylan being the 4th running back. And I think that he will be backing up Tommy. I don't know if that Tommy's going to return both, they'll probably have them interchange.
Yeah.
But nothing changes here. So I think Tommy will be one of your kick returners. Dylan will be out there. Carlson, Cole, and Boba Moore. Nothing to do right there.
Let's go back to the offensive side of things real quick, because it's showing, for those that are paying attention, it shows we got 67 right now currently on this roster as it stands.
So let's
go back to the top. Quarterbacks.
Bradley gone. Now, once again, regardless, just keep Aiden there. Take Cam Miller off. It's like he's on a practice squad, even though I had a hot take that Cam is going to be the second quarterback. But regardless, we're carrying two. So let's just say Cam goes to the practice squad. My hot take, you guys, is that Cam Miller is your second quarterback going into week 1. Could be wrong, but I think that he's going to go out there and have a ball in preseason and potentially be Aiden. So there it is. But 2 quarterbacks. He's off.
IDZ is gone?
Yes, IDZ's gone.
I think I said it right.
Yes.
Hope I said it right.
We had Wagner gone and Parker Clement's gone too.
We had Wagner gone?
Yeah, I didn't have him making it. I mean, where does he fit, bro? I mean, you got Glaze as your starting right tackle. You got Thayer Mumford as your backup right tackle. Like where does he fit? I don't know where he would go. Meredith Dillon is the guys. Alex Caleb, yep. Jackson Power Johnson, yes. And then right there, Zakari gone, which I think he'll be a practice squad candidate. And I don't have Colin Johnson making this team. For some, I had Kyle Phillips making it over him, which I would love. Colin, like I said, 6'6".
Yeah, I said Phillips as well.
Shedrick Jackson gone. Keyshawn gone. Bachman gone. And Keytron Jackson gone. And then we both agreed to have Justin Shorter out of there.
Yep. How many are we down to? We are down to 56, 55.
55. So we got 2 more players. Now look at the running back spot.
I'm telling you, I think Collier's gone.
Collier's gone. And then you can do we both agree that Zamir's out of there?
I think so.
Then there you go. That's your 53.
So, guys, take a screenshot if you want. I'm going to bring it back up so you guys can see everything, both sides of the ball. But this is our projection for the Raiders 2025 53-man roster.
I love it. I'm taking a picture myself. Let me see. It's coming out all fuzzy. Send it over to me, bro, if you get a chance to.
Hold up.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Just Raiders Baby says, yes, Zamir is gone. Look, it looks as though he slimmed down this offseason. They said that he was looking pretty good out there. But once again, I just think that they value versatility. Sincere had a really good end of the season before that injury. And Dylan, once again, provides a ton of versatility out of the backfield, in the passing game, and in the special teams. So once again, we could be totally off. Dylan cannot make this roster, and Zamir can be your 4th guy. Or Zamir and Dylan can make it, and Sincere may not. We don't know. But this is how we're calling it right now. This is our 53-man roster. Now, how many players, Hammer?
Yeah.
Because I want to build our practice squad.
Well, we could have 16 if we had the international player, 17.
Yeah. No, because remember, they changed the rule. Right?
No, I could have sworn, I did the dates and everything, and when I put it up, it said if they have somebody from the international player pool, they can have 17 on the practice squad.
Okay. So let's do this. We'll go Cam Miller, 1 on the practice squad.
Okay.
You want to write this down? We can put it on the side on the screen. I mean, I don't know. Practice squad.
I can fill this out. Yeah, I can't do it like that.
Okay, that's okay. So Cam, Zakari Franklin. I'll go. Do you keep another receiver?
Oh shit. Okay.
We'll go Justin Shorter on the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go Will Putnam on the practice squad. I like Jared Hufford, the UDFA. I'm going to put him on the practice squad. I think we can use some depth there on the practice squad in terms of the O-line. Put him there. You think Dalton Wagner ends up being put back on the practice squad?
I think he's going to be put back on the practice squad if he hasn't made the 53.
So that's 6. Mm-hmm. 6 offensive players right there. Okay. So we got 10 more that we can throw there. Ja Joyner, which I have him on the active roster, but if not practice squad, Ja Joyner. So that's what? 7. We'll go Laki Tasi.
Yep.
But you can put it. You said you could still use him as an international Porter player on the practice squad, right?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Bro, I'm telling you right now. That's what I read in terms of the international player pool. Like that, that's pretty much a free.
Let's just count him anyway.
Okay.
Raw 7, Laki Tasi 8. I got Andre Carter at 9. I think you can use another edge rusher out there on the practice squad. Maybe Harvey makes it, but I'll stick to that. So that's 9. I'm looking around right now. Matt Jones, the linebacker out of Baylor, 10. Greedy Vance Jr. USC.
Okay.
That's 10, I believe, right? We still have 6. So I'm looking around. John Humphrey. That could be one of the 6. I'll put Jafari Harvey there. So, boom. And I'm looking, what else? Who else could you add there? Tank Booker. That's another one. So we need 3 more. 3 more players that could potentially be on the practice squad. Why not go back to the receiver position? Let's give Cedric Jackson.
Why not?
Put Keyshawn Jackson Jr. there too.
You want to put Justin Shorter on the practice squad?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that would pretty much at this point be your practice squad.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's crazy looking at this shit right now. Oh, I was actually able to download it, so I'll email it to you afterwards.
But that looks, and I know we're kind of all over the place, you guys, because we didn't document it. But I think that right now could look like the practice squad that we have right now. You know, a ton of players that they want to develop behind the scenes. Got a couple receivers. We didn't have one running back on the practice squad, huh?
Unless they take your boy back to the practice squad, but I don't see that happening now.
Yeah, I don't know if Dylan, maybe. I think Dylan would be the only candidate.
I hope to God not.
Well, I'm just looking at this, right? Sincere's not going back. Most are that's veteran of all veterans. Amir White's not going to the practice squad. So if anything, if there was one running back to go there, it would be Dylan Labby.
Shout out to Rorschach. He said, can we put Graphk Jr. on the practice squad? Because every video I've seen, he's scoring touchdowns.
Salute to 2-4, my guy. But what do you guys think about this? 53-man roster, 16-man practice squad. You know, something we put together real quick. I think this is a great mix right here. Once again, this is our final 53 corners. Porter, Jacorian Bennett, Mello Dotson, Darnay Holmes, Sam Webb, Eric Stokes, D-Cam. Then you got safeties, Chin, Johnson, Trey Taylor, Palomau, Thomas Harper. Weak side linebacker, Pratt, Devin White, Amari Gaynor, middle linebacker, Landon Roberts, Cody Lindenberg, strong side linebacker, Tommy Eichenberg. Got your left defensive ends and Max Snowden, Ja Joyner. So we did have him on the active roster. Yeah. Right side, got Kuntz and Tyree. You get to the left defensive tackle, Wilkins, Lecky Fotu, Tonka Hemingway, the Rook. Right defensive tackle, Adam Butler, Jonah Lalu, and JJ as your Rook. There, left tackle, Colton Miller, Charles Grant, the Rook out of William and Mary will be backing him up his rookie season. Left guard, Parham, Jordan Meredith. Center, Jackson Powers Johnson. Once again, you guys, both those left guards can potentially back up JPJ there at the center spot. Right guard, Kappa, Caleb Rogers. Right tackle, DJ Glaze, Thayer Mumford. I think this is perfect, little bro. Left side, left wide receivers, Jacoby, Jack Besh. Slot, slot wide receiver. Dante Gordon.
That's the way that they had it on the site. But
okay.
Flip it, guys.
The two guys are going to be Jacoby and Besh in the slot, and then your perimeter guys are going to be Dante, Trey Tucker, and those will be your outside guys. And then you got also Tommy Malott and Kyle Phillips who can give you some reps in the slot.
Yeah.
So, and then running back, Ashton Genty, Raheem Mostert, Sincere McCormick, Dylan Lowby, with Zamir not making the active roster. Quarterbacks, Gino, Aiden O'Connell. Once again, I had a bold take that Cam Miller is going to be the second guy. And then tight end, Brock, Michael Mayer, Ian Thomas, and we have Justin Shorter being placed on the practice squad. So you have a tight end there on the practice squad. So
Warlord said he's emailing this to Pete Carroll's front office. I'm telling you now, it'll probably be Graphk before me, but this will be posted on our social medias.
Yes.
Make sure to 1,000%, if you guys are following us on our socials, make sure to like the post. I'm definitely looking forward to the end. I'm looking forward to, what is it, August 26th, August 27th, where the 53-man roster is finalized. I'm very curious to see how much of this that we were spot on with.
Yeah. Salute to Raider hater. Salute to my guy. As a Raider fan, isn't it weird having a system like the other professional football teams? We finally have a system, and I mean championship teams.
Fucking facts.
Salute to my guy. Martin said, I already posted it. Salute to my guy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Dan says, Thornton's the tallest slot receiver ever. Yo, salute to my guy, man. He said, Gino, and what's funny, Desert, I love that you brought that up. I love that you brought that up because that was the next thing that we were going to go into. I wanted to talk to you about this because I see our guy Gino catching flack right now online over a youth football team. It was like a video that's starting to go viral where he was out there, kind of having some fun. And this is what he said. I believe he was walking across the field to the other coach or something. I don't know what it was. That's why they pay me the big bucks. That's why I get paid the big bucks. That's why they bring the big bucks to me. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Pretty much, long story short, what Gino Smith was saying to this coach is,
and you can't do what I do.
There you go. And people were on there on Twitter trying to kill him, saying a bunch of stuff. This is why I'm glad the Seahawks moved on from him. Real classy, Gino. I love what Gino put on Twitter. Gino put, we have worse language at our family spade tables. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Let me bring this up. I'm going to bring it up so you guys can actually see it. Because I agree with him. I'm like, bro, like, this is just facts. Like, why are you beating up on, like, dude, like, come on, are we really taking this serious? Like, it's kind of crazy to me, but let me see. I'm going to bring this up real fast. And also, this is what Mostert said. Hot take. Be a Pro Bowler on the Dolphins. Get treated like shit. Happy for my guys, though. Go ball out. So that's what Mostert had to say. But Gino said, I've heard worse at family reunion spade tables. Like, real talk. And I'm going to find this video. We could play it. If people want to hear it real quick. Let me see. I'm going to find this video. Where's the Gino Smith video at? Real quick, while I look this up, you guys, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, break them thumbs, and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Okay, I found the video right here. So this is, people are making this shit hella extra than what it needs to be. Can you get rid of that backstage real quick, little bro?
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Present this real quick for those who are tripping about what Gino had to say. Boom, boom, boom. It's not that deep, you guys, but I see people tweaking out.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. That's why I get paid the big bucks. You know what that is? That's why they bring the big bucks to me. That's why they pay me the big bucks, nigga.
Talk, Gino.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
With a Raider hat on.
That's why they
Oh, damn, man.
Talk, Gino. Talk. One more time, y'all. Shoulder shrug.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Talk that shit, Gino.
Yo, MGs, that's because he didn't pay a bet. And you got knocked out by a fucking linebacker in IKM Poly.
Yo, I love this. I can see that most of these people may not have kids. My beautiful wife just walked in the house. She can contest to this. My flag football games with my son and his tackle games are always vicious. I mean, bro, the last flag football game, I almost got in a fight with all the coaches from the other side. Like, real talk. Like, it got really bad. This is what happens. It's football. It's youth football. Shit gets heated, man. And Gino, just because he's an NFL quarterback doesn't mean that he doesn't take this shit, serious. It's football. I love it. This is what you want out of your quarterback. This is QB1.
You know what, Chuck? Yes, we might have to turn this into a soundbite.
I would love it. I think we should. I think we should.
Coming soon, y'all.
I'll tell you right now, man. Aiden O'Connell would never do this. Derek Carr would never do this. Talk that shit, Gino. Talk.
No, Derek Carr would say, God bless you. Have a good day.
Yeah, we only lost by 40. We'll be all right. We'll get them next time. But come on, man. Let's stop the bullshit, you guys. Let's not. let's not make this bigger than what it needs to be. Our guy. You see that new Ashton Genty shirt?
I saw the picture you posted. I was like, that shit is fire.
Bro, I found a little hidden gem at Shields out here in Texas. I was like, I got to get that. Salute to the chat, man. Chuck says every touchdown this year. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Coming soon, y'all.
I like that. Salute. Let's get a few questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. We're coming up on an hour.
We still have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, let's do it.
There's something that you and I talked about late last night. No Diddy, if necessary. Guys, Sunday mornings, we normally get you guys right and ready for your fantasy football. We do our fantasy start sit-ems.
Yes.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, and I will pull up this list with the rankings. This is truly going to be a pick your poison for your first round pick, especially those in Raider Nation that like to build fantasy teams. Raiders down the board. Exhibit A. Let me get this up.
That's why I never win shit, bro. That's why I never win anything. Just everything.
Let me get this up real quick. I'm going to show you guys the rankings first. I'm just outdone with seeing this.
While you do that, Warlord, not yet. Once again, we're still waiting for all the other second rounders all these agents to figure out. Once again, the Texans and Browns threw a whole monkey wrench into the game with fully guaranteed contracts there with their linebacker and wide receiver in Carson and Jaden Higgins. So we're still waiting.
So, guys, running backs, and this is PPR because most people do PPRs anyways. Ashton Genty hasn't taken a snap in the NFL yet. He is ranked 4th amongst running backs in fantasy football this season. I already said that's going to be my guy. He's definitely going to lead all rookies and all-purpose yards.
For sure.
Tight ends. That's our guy.
Yep. Number one.
Brock
Bowers. Oh, hey, real quick. Hammer, before I want to say this real fast. Something popped up on my algorithm on YouTube this morning, right? And it was the draft show where me and Wasted, and I have to reiterate this one more again. Wasted was so pissed when we took Brock Bowers. I just have to put that back out there. I just, if any chance I get a chance to hate on our guy, I want to do it. I'm gonna go and screenshot that actual visual, and I'm gonna upload it because people need to see the disdain that our brother Wasted Talent had for Brock Bowers. You love to see it. So go ahead, brother. My bad.
So right now, for any of you guys that are playing fantasy football this year, I've already done some mocks. Yes, mock season is upon us, but it's fantasy mock draft season that's upon us. It's truly going to be a pick your poison in the first round. Genty will be off the board fairly quickly. Bowers is going to be the same exact thing. So pick your poison, take one or the other. Me personally, who's going to have more touches? Obviously, it's going to be the running back. I'm going for Ashton Genty as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I think that Brock is the easiest, move for you at the tight end spot. Once again, Genty's going to be phenomenal in year one. Quarterbacks, man, they have our guy pretty low at 25, Gino Smith, which I think that's really like way too low for him, to be honest. Look what they have. And I understand that some of these guys have, good options or great options at the wide receiver spot, but Tua over Gino, Michael Penix over him. I mean, come on, Bryce Young. JJ McCarthy, I know they have a slew of weapons out there. I'm not taking him or Trevor Lawrence over Geno Smith. I just don't see why he would be there at 25. But
and hey, they got Jacoby at 39th.
Yeah, we don't even have a receiver in the top. We have one receiver in the top 40, and he's 39. Which I get it though. There's a ton that needs to happen there at the receiver position for these guys to. I mean, Jacoby had 1,000 yards. Dante has not had a rep yet. You know what I mean? Like Besh hasn't had a rep yet. Trey Tucker hasn't had a ton of production up to this point. So I get it. I understand. But Brock and Genty, man, those are the easiest moves for us Raider fans in terms of fantasy football, man. So I'm expecting big things from Genty in year one, and I'm expecting Brock's production to come down a little bit, but more touchdowns.
If you guys at some point, what am I working for this week? Friday I'm off. We could do a live Friday. If you guys are up for it, thumbs up, thumbs down in the chat. I don't care whose channel you're on right now. thumbs up, thumbs down. We will do a fantasy mock draft, and we can do it. I'll let you guys choose what position, and we'll go through it and see overall what an ideal winning championship fantasy team looks like for this coming season.
There you go. And whatever channel you guys are watching on today, do us a favor. Give us some grades with our 53-man predictions and our practice squad. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Once the video is up, we definitely want to get your opinion on our final 53-man roster. Once again, it's still very early. It's before training camp. So, like, things can change pretty quick, you guys. You know, we can add some players
one more time. We'll show you the 53, our 53 one more time. Yeah. And those both channels, give us a grade. Let us know what you think of our predictions for our 2025 Raiders 53-man roster.
And once again, I know that some people may think that Zamir will make it over Dylan. I get it. There's a few, maybe another offensive lineman you guys can think of. Maybe there's a corner that you think maybe Webb doesn't make it on your guys' 53-man roster. I just think that right now we're so thin at the cornerback position. I think adding Sam Webb just allows us a little bit more depth that we can use, because last year, once again, Jack, terrible. Jacorian down with an injury. Like, we were struggling at the cornerback position last year. So let us know in the comment section. Once again, a lot of A+, fire, solid A. Hug says I'll give it a G. Okay, if it was wasted, F-. like that. Edgar,
crap.
Edgar has a B.
Do it like him.
Oh, also, you guys, me and Wasted will be live today, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to be going over the Jalen Ramsey talk. We're going to talk a little bit more about some potential free agents or potential trade targets that we can maybe look at leading up to training camp. So stay tuned for that. We will be talking about the Jalen Ramsey trade once again today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So we're running a doubleheader today. Little bro, well, you got anything for us on the way out, man? We're about to hit that hour mark. I thought it was going to take us an hour and a half. It's actually, we got through this pretty quick.
We got through it quick. No diddy. This was a very good live. We covered a lot, especially breaking down this roster as high as it was. I think we started a little over 83, 85, and we were able to cut it down to 53. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. It's always fun doing these live shows to interact with you guys here, see your guys' thoughts and opinions on everything. And again, none of this happens without each and every single one of y'all. So thank you guys for pulling up to either one of the channels. Make sure to subscribe to both channels. Everything Raiders, y'all know where to come.
Oh, also, more members only shows are on the way, you guys. So stay tuned for that. Definitely going to get more of those. May try to sneak one in, maybe tonight or maybe a little midweek. Members only, maybe a Wednesday and a Friday. I want to get 2 in this week. So if you guys want to be a part of those, hit the links. They're up top. They're pinned up there. It definitely helps us, once again, keep the lights on, but it also helps us allow, to do different stuff outside of just Raider content. For those who join the members only shows, we talk about life, mental health, other sports, anything you guys want to talk about. So make sure, if you want to be a part of those shows, to become a member, hit the join button. And once again, we appreciate all you guys. Just like Ant says, boo, the members only show. Grade Out Gang is definitely in the building with our brother Ant. But other than that, man, once again, we appreciate you guys. Yo, Hug says, F them lights. I'm sending you some candles. Alex says, Pootie Tang, one of the greatest movies of all time. Content. Salute to my guy, MGs. But other than that, man, as always, love and appreciate you all. Hopefully we see you guys a little later today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. We will be live. Me and Wasted, the Graphk and Wasted and Graphk show. And thank you guys for joining the Graphk and Hammer show. I think that we had a action-packed show today, a lot to unpack. So run it back if you're just joining. But as always, love y'all. And just like Hammer said, Friday. You want to run it back Friday?
We're running back Friday.
We're going to run another one. So there you have it. Love y'all, man. We are out. On the way out. Break them thumbs, wipe them feet, and hit that subscribe button. As always, appreciate you guys.